Good evening. Right, tonight we're going to try a quick primer on the harmonic minor scale, some basic chords and how it relates to the Phrygian dominant. So there's a reason why this scale was invented or put together. So I'm going to start in the key of G major. So I'm playing a G chord with an E-shaped form on the 3rd fret. Then the next major chord would be C major, then D major. Now what happens here, if we're going strictly to music theory, we can make this into a dominant 7th. And when we do that, it really wants to resolve back to the 1 chord, which is G. So just by creating that dominant 7th at D makes for a strong resolution. Now if we do the equivalent chords, say in the key of G minor, then what we get is we get G minor, we then get C minor, and then we get D minor, and that it has been used in songs. I mean, the song I most think of with that kind of chord progression is "A Love Can Break Your Heart" by St. Etienne. So it can work, but what happened is someone went, okay, well we can get a stronger resolution if we go, so doing G minor, C minor, and then we go to D dominant 7th. So suddenly we get a stronger pull back to there. So that's kind of the reason why that scale was invented. So by changing it to there, we had to come up with a new scale to negotiate that. So this is where the harmonic minor comes in. So far it's just like a minor scale. So I'm going 3, 5, 6, next string 3, 5, 6, then 4 to 5. And if I extend it, then I'm going 2, 3, then I'm going to jump to 3, 4, then 2 and 3. So that's where we get this scale. So what happens is, so whenever you see a dominant 7th resolving back to a minor chord, that's when you would use that scale. So if I was playing a minor blues, I'm on my 1 chord, and I'm going, okay, well, the pentatonic will work here. Then I'm going to move to the next chord, which is the 4 chord. Now if we look at this chord, we've got this note here. So if I start playing the natural minor, it targets that note there. So I change chord. And then I change back to the pentatonic. Now we get to our weird turnaround. So managing this turnaround, that's when I'd use the harmonic minor. So let's put that all together. So pentatonic. So that's when I changed to the natural minor. So what I've done is, so I'm using those three scales to negotiate that progression. So, and that's your typical use of the harmonic minor scale. You bring it in when you need to negotiate this movement here. Now, what we can also do is we could look at the scale as a thing in itself rather than something to be used to negotiate a progression, and we can get some chords out of it. So the most easy chords that we can get out of it is here: G minor, C minor, D major, D sharp major. So the thing to notice is you've got two major chords one step apart. So the Phrygian dominant is basically the same as the harmonic minor, but what you do is you start it from the fifth note. Oops. And it gives us some weird exotic scale. So how could we tie all this together? Well, we can go, okay, we can bring our focus to the D chord, and if we move it up one step, and you'll hear loads of progressions. And then we can also shift it down to. And that's how you could create a really simple chord progression using those ideas.